friends, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today for our class on awakening the teacher within. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of a conversation going, and I can find a little bit out about you and who's here, at least who's here for the class, and where you're at in your yoga journey. I mean, by the title of the class, I assume that some of you here are on the teacher training path. But as I always say again and again and again, the teacher training path isn't, I would say one of the least important things that the teacher training path does is certify you to teach yoga. Now, you might think that's the number one reason to do a yoga teacher training course, but I think it's probably the least interesting, and not the least, it's not the right word, but it's one of the smallest benefits, because the bigger benefit is that awakening that happens. And the awakening happens because what you're awakening is that inner wisdom and that inner guidance, that inner teacher. We develop this communication with our higher consciousness, with that wise part of us. And how do we do that? Well, the practice of Kundalini gives us many, many tools and techniques to amp up that voice, to amp up the voice of our higher consciousness, of that aspect of ourselves that has really gotten over all of the stuff, all of our hang-ups, all of our anxieties, all of our comparison issues, all of our judgment. And, you know, I've witnessed people go through teacher trainings and still struggle with those same issues. I mean, it's not that you take a yoga teacher training and everything, you know, all your issues magically disappear, but you start to find the calm within all of those storms. You start to see with greater clarity what's really going on, what's truth, and what is your own mind running wild. And our mind does run wild, and we have this tendency to believe every thought we're thinking. And you know, your thoughts and wisdom can be two very different things. Depending on how we're feeling, you know, the mind can just run wild, and it can take us to some pretty dark and difficult places. We all face times like that in our lives. And that's why I encourage you as much as possible to drop into your body, to go into the body, to help you quieten the mind so that you can access truth. Now, when it comes to specifically teaching yoga, without being able to tap into that teacher within, what happens is we start to mimic other teachers. We don't teach authentically. We don't teach with our own voice. And something not too dissimilar happens in life unless we go within and tap into, you know, our own inner wisdom. We start mimicking the people around us and their desires, or falling into the trap of trying to live out their desires for us, and we don't end up living our lives to the fullest, because ultimately that's what Kundalini begs of you is wake up. Wake up and see what's really going on, and wake up and see what you're allowing to control you, because there are these storms inside us, but there is a calm center that is always there. And it is so simple to find that calm center, and yet the times that we need it most, we tend to avoid it. And what I mean by that is, in some of our darkest hours, our most difficult times, we avoid practicing yoga. And I believe it's because yoga asks a lot of you. Yoga asks you to stop believing the stories that you're telling yourself of why you're stuck, or why something isn't working out, or why your anxiety is still unmanageable, or why those same relationship issues come up. We're stuck in some repeating pattern, some story, some variation on a theme. Yoga shows you with great clarity what the truth is. And we hide from the truth because when you know the truth, it means that you will be forced to change. You'll be forced to do something. Otherwise, that internal discomfort, it just magnifies, and that's a horrible feeling inside. That's not where we want to stay. That's not why we do these practices. So there will be times in your life where you will try to avoid going to the mat. And the one thing I want to encourage you over and over again is to be consistent with your practice, because that's when your yoga practice becomes life-changing. It doesn't mean that life gets easy and super smooth or anything like that, but it means that you will always find that calm center in the storm. You will always be able to see what's real and what is the mind running wild and leading you into some, some funky and difficult places where you might get stuck, maybe even for a long time. So awakening the teacher within means that you're able to teach authentically. And, as a teacher, that's when you're able to really hold space for your students. Holding space means creating that space in which they feel so held and supported and at ease that they fully relax. And that's when you reach that state of complete surrender, when you stop struggling against everything, when you stop trying to talk yourself in or out of things, that's when you allow that true wisdom to come in. The risk with the yoga practice is, if we haven't done our own work, is that we are constantly comparing ourselves maybe to other teachers and trying to be like someone else. And that's not what your student needs, because your student gravitated towards you because there is some resonance between you and that student. There's something that they need to hear from your authentic voice. There's something that you're maybe going through together. You're experiencing, I've experienced this many times in my trainings over the years, where at the beginning of the training, I don't ask students about themselves, because they'll tell me the story of who they are in that moment. And the story of that moment, might be that they're going through career struggles, or they're having trouble with their partner, or whatever their issue is. But I've often found that at the end of a training, when we start to get to, ask each other these questions about our lives or whatever on more of a friend level, I laugh, because I've had trainings where I feel, oh, this is the divorce group. How is it that within this group of 40 people, 20 of them happen to be going through a divorce at that time? Or this is the career transition group, all of a sudden. So somehow the universe has energetically pulled these people together and to go through a process of transformation together. And they were energetically supporting each other without even really knowing that they were kind of in a very similar place in their life. So interesting things happen without even our awareness. All that to say that your student is gravitating towards you because there's something that you may have experienced that you'll be able to energetically help them work through. It doesn't mean that you're going to be talking about the specific issues. If it's, let's say, like I just used that term, that divorce group or that career change group, it isn't that you're sitting there talking to the students about career change or difficulty in relationship in your class. You're doing the energetic work. You're doing the work of release, the work of that inner forgiveness, of breaking down the barriers to the heart chakra, of all of that work, because you've done that work on yourself. You will sense what is happening in the room. You don't need anyone to tell you, wow, this person is struggling with issues of the heart. You can see it in them. You learn to read their body. You learn to read the energy in the room. You observe them. Even online, you can observe how someone is sitting and know, is the heart shut down or is the heart wide open? Where are they at? What are they hiding from? What are they resisting? What are they blocking? The body tells us a lot, I find the path of yoga infinitely interesting because there are never two classes that are the same. They lead you somewhere else within. This practice of Kundalini is truly an inner practice, a purification of what needs to be moved out of you, what you need to free yourself up to go to those places where you can dialogue with your higher consciousness, where you can hear that inner wisdom. So, and there are methods to do it. There are breathing techniques that will help you accelerate that purification, that removal of blockages. There are postures that will specifically target areas of the body that, you know, if you have issues around self-esteem or self-worth, or if you're struggling to get up in front of your class, to hold space, to teach authentically, you can target specific chakras in your body through specific poses. There are so many tools and techniques that we can use, but most importantly is to do that work for ourselves, because you can only lead your students as far as you're willing to go yourself. That doesn't mean you need to be light years ahead of them and, you know, some enlightened being. You simply need to be someone who's committed to the path, committed to your evolution and growth, your ongoing evolution and growth. There's never a point where we have it all figured out. There's always more to learn. And if you do get on the teaching path, if that's something that interests you, working with your students is such a gift, because they will inspire you to grow. And you know, we have to look as well at what it means to teach. I don't know what's happening in your community where you live. I don't know the dynamics, but there was a period of time where all of a sudden there was many people wanting to sort of quit the day job and teach yoga, and there was teachers teaching 20 classes a week. And I was speaking with a friend here yesterday, and I told them that I always shied away from hiring teachers in my studios that were teaching that many classes a week, because I felt that the amount of energy it takes to lead a true yoga class would make it impossible, in my mind, to teach that many classes. Because when you finish your class as a teacher, you should feel that you've given it your all, that you've emptied out, that you have tried your absolute best to ignite that spark in someone for, you know, to get that same spark lit inside of them, because you know it's transformative. And if this doesn't mean anything to you in this moment in time, I hope that at some point along your journey, you will dedicate to a consistent practice and experience what it means to have a transformative, life-changing practice. Again, it doesn't mean that life is smooth sailing from here on, but it means that you will always find that calm center. You will no longer be confused about the direction you need to take, the words you need to speak to another. You'll no longer have that fear of truly opening your heart and just standing in that place of love and forgiveness, and knowing there is no one that will ever hurt you in life as deeply as we hurt ourselves. We let ourselves down, and then we look around us to see it, who to blame when our life isn't working out. So this is my invitation for you to awaken to all that is possible for you. That's what Kundalini is. Kundalini is your destiny, your highest potential, and it takes work. And it does not take hours and hours every single day. It does not require you to learn complicated poses. The movements are simple. And please don't be that person who, if you have to stop and rest during class, you get all down on yourself because you can't keep up. There's no one to keep up with but yourself. You will find the right match with your students if you choose to teach, that you will be just that able to encourage them and be on that just that little step ahead of them, that you can keep them growing, right? You don't need to be a gymnast. This is not Cirque du Soleil. This is not what you see on Instagram. That is, it's a disservice to yoga to believe that it is these complicated, complex poses that you need a certain physique to achieve. I've been studying and practicing yoga for almost 30 years, and my body still can't do most of those complicated poses. It's why I love the practice of Kundalini, because of the simplicity. I can make the class challenging, but it's not going to require me to wrap my leg around my head or to do a one-hand handstand or any of that. And today is just a very small sampling of, you know, what a class could look like. Each and every class is completely different. So it's just one small example. But what it does is it opens the door to you, for you to awaken. So I'd like to jump in and get started with class. And after class, I will speak a little bit to those of you who are interested in learning more about how you can study more deeply. I do have the Foundations of Teaching course available at actually enrollment does close tomorrow for that. So I'll go over a little bit about that course to give you an idea of what the deep study of yoga could look like for you. It's not an overwhelming process. It's a 40-day process. It is far simpler than you think. It is simple yet powerful. So please, as in any yoga class, respect what your body's telling you. Stop anytime you need to stop. As much as possible, particularly when you're in seated, close your eyes so that your yoga can become an inner journey. That's the most interesting part of this practice, is what you're experiencing on the inside. All the breathing is in and out through the nose, and just come along for the ride. Let's have some fun with it. Thank you again for being here. All right, let's get started. Come sitting tall, spine straight, chin parallel to the floor. Extend your hands out over your knees, thumb and index finger pressed together. Close your eyes, go inward, breathe deep. Long, deep inhale. Full and complete exhale. Keep breathing deeply. Long, deep inhale. Full and complete exhale. Keeping the eyes closed. The focus on you. Rub your palms together briskly. Hands to heart center, shoulders relaxed. We'll begin with the mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply and hold. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Stay connected to that place of peace deep inside. With the eyes closed, exhale. One more. Deep inhale, fill the heart. And exhale. Keep the shoulders relaxed, separate the hands so they're about 15 centimeters apart. It's a chopping motion. The hands move powerfully away from each other and the mantra is Har. Each time you say the mantra H-A-R, Har, pull in and up powerfully on the belly. Breaking through the blocks. Let's go. Har, 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 strong arms. Har, 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 feel the belly pumping. Har, 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 hold it still, inhale. Hold still, exhale. One more deep inhale, fill the heart. Exhale, palms to the floor. Roll over the knees, uncross the ankles, come to tabletop. Inhale, gaze skyward, belly sags. On the exhale, curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Bend the knees deeply, walk the feet towards the hands. On the next inhale, float the arms all the way up to the sky. Lift the heart. On the exhale, bend the knees, round the spine, touch the earth. Inhale, float the heart to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, round the spine, touch the earth. Inhale up. Exhale down. A few more. Inhale up. Exhale down. One last time, inhale, reach high. And on the exhale, open the arms up wide to the level of the shoulders, palms face forward. Step a few wider than hip distance, bend the knees slightly. Twist to your left, right palm taps powerfully at the heart center. Had, twist the other way. Hari, had, hari, had, hari, had, hari. Wake it up inside. Hari, had, 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 hari. Three more. Had, hari, had, hari, had, hari. Inhale, spread the arms wide. Exhale, stay here. One more deep inhale, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, palms face the floor. Pump the arms powerfully 3 times. Had, had, had. On hari, you go down, arms go up. Had, 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 hari, 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 had, had, had. 3 more. Had, had, hari, had, hari. Last time, had. Stay down, hari. Deep inhale, reach high. Exhale, keep reaching. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, keep reaching. The mantra is had. Clap the hands overhead, stay down low. If it's too much on the knees, please stand up. Had, 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 Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, keep reaching high. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, keep reaching high. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands on your thighs. You can do a standing squat or stay down low if it's okay for the knees. Back parallel to the floor. Had, sink down low. Hari. hard, hari, 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 hard, hari. 3 more, hard, hari, hard, hari. Last time, hard, hari. Inhale, exhale, stay here. Inhale, bring the arms forward, palms together. Check in with your body, stand up anytime. Using the mantra and this clapping motion to build the energy inside. You clap at the level of the shoulders. Hug, 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 inhale. Hold it, exhale, one more deep inhale. Exhale, bring your hands onto your thighs. Shake it out anytime. Back parallel to the floor. Hard, sink down low, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. 3 more. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Last time. Hard, hari. Inhale. Hold it, exhale. On the next inhale, bring the arms forward. Clap the hands here one time. Hard, all the way to standing, clap overhead. Hari. If the legs are tired, standing squat is enough. Down as far as you choose. Hard, hari. 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 Hard, hari, hard, hari. 3 more. Hard, hari, hard, hari. Last time. Hard, hari. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, keep reaching. Inhale, reach high. On the exhale, turn the palms to face forward. Pivot the feet so the toes point straight forward. Bend the knees a lot, as much as you need to protect the low back. I'm going to move fairly quickly. If your low back is sensitive, please go slow. Palms touch the earth. Hard. Reach the arms high. Hari. Hard. 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 Hari, hard, hari, hard, hari. 3 more. Hard, hari, hard, hari, hard, hari. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, keep reaching. Lift the heart. Hard. Bend the knees a lot. Sweep the arms behind. Hari. Heart to the sky. Hard, hari, hard, hari, hard, hari. 3 more. Hard, hari, hard, hari. Last time. Hard. Hari. Inhale, reach high. Exhale. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, palms together. Pivot the feet wider. The mantra is hard. Option to stay standing. You can simply clap and use the mantra. You don't even have to use the legs. There's always something you can do when you're ready. Hard, 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 hard. Back up. Hard. Hard, 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 down, hard, 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 Stay down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, keep reaching. Powerful inhale all the way to standing. On the exhale, open your arms up wide, slowly. Slowly release your arms to your sides. And feel the space, the energy around you. Feel the energy shifting and changing. Deepest inhale to fill your heart. Deep inhale. Be completely still. Exhale. Breathe as deep as you can. Fill the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on your hips. Feet together. Again, move slowly if you choose. Kick the left leg out hard. Right leg hard when you're ready. Hut, 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 Exhale, keep reaching. Inhale, reach as high as you can. Exhale, keep reaching. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, open your arms up wide, just to the level of the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Pivot the feet a little bit closer. Sorry, widen your stance a little bit. Coming down, elbows come back, press the heart open. Hard, send the arms hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Hard, press the heart open. Hard, hari. 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 Three more. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Last one. Hard, hari. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Bend the knees slightly. Keep building the energy in the heart. Twist to the left. Right hand to the heart. Hard. The other way. Hari. Hard, 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 hari. Hard. Three more. Hard, hari. Hard, hari. Last one. Hard, hari. Inhale. Reach the arms away from each other. Exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale, come down as far as you choose. You can stay in standing. Reach the arms overhead, clap. Hut, 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 hut. Feel the energy inside you. Hut, 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 inhale, reach. Exhale, keep reaching. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, slowly. Slowly release your arms to your sides. Feeling the lightness in the arms. Deepest inhale to fill your heart. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Deep inhale. Exhale. Hands on your waist. Bring the feet almost together. Go as slowly as you choose. Left leg and then the right. And go. Hud, 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 reach the arms all the way up, hard, let it go, Kundalini, all the way up, hard, Kundalini, hard, Kundalini, hard, Kundalini, 3 more, hard, Kundalini, hard, Kundalini, last time, hard, Kundalini, inhale, reach, exhale, keep reaching. Inhale, reach as high as you can. On the exhale, lower the arms in front of you, just to the level of the shoulders. Relax the shoulders down. Feet are wider than hip distance. Weight in the heels. Be mindful of the knees. Don't do a full squat if there's pressure in the knees. Coming down slowly to the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down only if there's no pressure on the knees. Now back parallel to the floor. Hard, sink down low. Hari, hard, 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 hari, 3 more, hard, hari, hard, hari, last time, hard, hari, inhale, be still, exhale, deep inhale, exhale, bring the hands in behind you, lower the buttocks to the floor, bring your legs into easy pose. On the next inhale, float the arms up high, interlace the fingers. The arms are straight and strong. When you're ready, reach high, hard on the hari, pull down so powerfully, you're almost lifting off the earth. Hard, hari, 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 3 more, hard, hari, hard, hari, last time, hard, hari, inhale, reach high, exhale, keep reaching, inhale, reach high, on the exhale, press the palms fully together, inhale, reach higher, on the exhale, bend the elbows and lower the thumbs to the third eye point. Relax the shoulders. Be in the stillness and ask yourself, what is it you're not allowing yourself to see? What is it you've kept hidden even from yourself? What is it that you have not been allowing yourself to see? Are you ready to be free of that block now? Deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. The exhale, release the arms, shake it out, let it go. Bring the hands in behind you. The palms are flat on the floor beside your hips, the legs are extended. Point the toes. When you're ready, lift the body up off the floor, hippos, just the buttocks off the floor so that you're balancing on the heels and your hands. Just hold it here, close your eyes. Body's just slightly lifted off the floor. Stay steady. As the body starts to shake, just know that that's the nervous system strengthening. And strength is required for that Kundalini. Incredible energies released in you. Steady. Steady. Toes pointed, balancing on the heels, and the palms. Just slightly lifted off the floor. Eyes closed and breathing deeply. Come out of the pose, keep breathing deeply. Keep the eyes closed and keep breathing deeply. Steady. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Lower the buttocks down. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Bring the hands back a little bit more. Bend the knees. Option to stay exactly as you are and simply breathe deeply. Or on the next inhale, lift the buttocks just slightly off the floor. Lift the feet so that you're balancing on your palms and your heels. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And to know that shaking the nervous system, strengthening you from the inside, preparing for the release of that Kundalini energy. Breathing deeply. If you need to, lower the buttocks to the floor, but keep breathing deeply. Stay steady. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Deep inhale. And the exhale, lower the buttocks to the floor. Bring the legs into easy pose and extend the arms out to the sides. Palms face the sky. Spread the fingers wide. Spread the fingers wide and keep the arms completely straight. We're going to move slowly to the mantra Ha, moving the fingertips so they point skyward. Ha, Ha, Hari. Keep the arms straight. The fingers stiff and spread wide. Now bring the fingertips back to where we started. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Arms completely straight. Ha, 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 Hari. 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 Keep going. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Ha, 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 Hari. Keep the fingers spread wide. Ha, 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 Hari. 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 Ha, don't give up yet. Stay steady. Keep the arms straight. We're almost there. Ha, 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 Hari. 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 Ha, Ha, Ha. Last 30 seconds. Don't quit now. Ha, 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 Hari. 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 Last round. Ha, 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 Hari. Flex powerfully at the wrist. Spread the fingers wide. Deep inhale. Hold it here. Exhale. Breathe deep. Inhale. Hold it here. Exhale. On the next inhale, bring the arms forward. Lower the palms to the earth. Roll over your knees. Uncross your ankles. Option to stay on your knees. Please listen to your body. If you can, step all the way back to plank. Coming down. Ha, ha, don't touch. Ha, Hari, back up, had, hari, slowly, drop your knees if you need to, had, hari, had, hari, had, hari, hari, last round, had, hari, hari, deep inhale, and on the exhale, lower the body all the way to the earth. Roll over onto your back, draw both knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, rock the body side to side. Back to center, extend the legs to the earth. From here, hands, head, feet, all 6 inches off the floor. Pump your belly, breath of fire. Inhale, hold it, exhale, one more deep inhale. Exhale, lower down, both knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. Rock the body side to side. Come back to center, extend the legs down to the floor. Bring your arms to your sides with the palms facing the sky. Find that place of surrender, that place of release, that place of deep trust. Body heavy. And just let yourself go. Bring your left palm onto your heart, and the right hand over the top. Deepest inhale to fill your heart. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe deep, deep inhale. And exhale. Rub the soles of the feet and palms together, stimulating all 72,000 nerve endings. Tuck your hands underneath your knees. Rock up and back on your spine. Come sitting tall. Bring your hands to heart center and pull the shoulders way back, creating an opening across the heart. Eyes closed. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And inhale to close. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Sa. Please always take your time coming back from practice. There's a lot of deep cleansing that happens, a lot of purification, as we talked about, removing the blocks, removing the tension, removing what we've allowed to stand in our way. So ask yourself, was something revealed to you? Is there something you've not been allowing yourself to see? And are you ready to see it now? Are you ready to awaken to all that is possible for you? Thank you for joining us for practice. I'd love to hear from you if anyone has questions or wants to share anything about their practice, where they're at on their journey. And I will also take some time to talk about the foundations training that is this process of awakening, the course that's currently open for enrollment. So I'll just invite Raquel to hop on, Raquel from our team here, to help manage questions. And it'd be lovely if you hopped on, turned your video on and asked questions, anything that comes to mind, or just share anything about your yoga journey or what you'd like to know about training. So hi, Raquel.
So if you do have questions, whether it's about the practice or about the course, or anything else you want to share, as Gloria mentioned, just type in the chat, I'd like to ask a question, or you can use the raise your hand button, and then I'll guide as to, whose turn it is. We'll kind of go one at a time. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Gloria, maybe you could talk just about like the length of the course and
if nobody has any questions or doesn't want to share anything at this point in time, I'll just hop on and just talk a little bit about the journey itself. And if anything comes up along the way, just feel free to raise your hand.
Yeah.
So as I said at the beginning of our practice, the Kundalini journey is quite a different journey in that it really is focused on the inner body, on the energetic body, and on your process of awakening. And so it is, as you saw in the practice, the movements are simple. It could be as simple as, flexing your wrist, moving your hands up and down from the wrist. It's not a complicated pose. It has its unique set of challenges in that it's, it really targets the nervous system. It builds resilience. We're working on deep inner strength. So there's a lot happening in a very simple movement. And so the simplicity of the poses make this practice very accessible to anyone. So you could do that movement for as little as 1 minute, or you could go as long as 11 minutes. So that depends on, what your needs are, what the needs of your students are. So let me just tell you about this framework within which you learn all of this material. The course itself is called the Foundations of Teaching, the Foundations of Kundalini Awakening Yoga. And I've been calling it Kundalini Awakening Yoga to distinguish it from Kundalini Yoga as taught by Yogi Bhajan, which is most of what is out there in the Kundalini world. Is probably, I don't know, like 99% of trainings are Kundalini Yoga as taught by Yogi Bhajan. And I do draw from that tradition, but there's a lot of modifications, and that's to make the practice more accessible and I think more relevant to how we're living and working today. And that's something we get deep into in the course. So the course itself is a 40-day program, and your lessons are released twice a week. You can complete the training in as little as 40 days, or you can spread it out over time. And some of the things you learn are different poses and how they target specific aspects of the body, specific chakras. Or if you have an issue you want to deal with, say you're dealing with anger or issues of self-worth, judgment, anxiety, whatever it is you want to work on, you will learn how to choose specific poses, create your own sequences, and how to pair them with different breathing techniques and different meditations. So you're learning everything from self-inquiry, which is the work we do when I ask you pointed questions at specific points in time, like what is it that you need to reveal to yourself. That is part of the awakening process, part of learning to really go inward to search for your own wisdom, your own answers. So you will learn about self-inquiry, you will learn about many different methods of meditation. One of the beautiful aspects of Kundalini is that it really provides tools for people who struggle with meditation. It's hard to meditate. Meditate is coming face to face with everything you're trying to resist seeing. All the things we want to sweep under the rug, right? All the things that we don't want to see. So it will challenge you, but the Kundalini tradition uses mantra, movement, various breathing techniques to really keep you engaged so that you can stick with it, because that's the only way that you truly see the benefit, is by staying with the practice. Otherwise, everything becomes this process of taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. And I see that a lot in yoga, where people will practice for a period of time, and then just in that moment when they're about to have their breakthrough, or when they're about to acknowledge something really big about how they've been standing in their own way, it's like they run away from the practice, or they create some chaos in their life. We don't realize in that moment that this is self-created stuff, but this is what it is. We're creating a lot of self-created misery, a lot of self-created drama. And I don't know, I don't know how you feel about it, but there will come a time in your life where you get really tired of putting yourself in the same position over and over again. There'll come a time where you realize what you're doing to yourself, and you'll want it to end. And this is my invitation to you. This is a way to end that self-created drama, or to at least catch it sooner when you find yourself going down that rabbit hole and go, oh, I'm doing this to myself again. I'm really ready to end the self-sabotage. You deserve better for yourself. You deserve more. So meditation, so many different methods of meditating to keep you engaged so that you can see that progress, self-inquiry, learning about the chakra system, which poses targets certain chakras, how you can create sequences for not only every single emotional state, but also working on specific areas of the body. And of course, working with the physical body is interesting, but what's even more interesting is all of the stuff going on a deeper layer, on the subconscious, right? That's when it gets really interesting, when you transform the inside. And then when you do that work, then you're going to start to see the benefits all around you. So the course is very easy to follow. There's as I said, it's just 2 lessons released every week. If you wanted to dedicate roughly an hour, just over an hour a day to practice, you'll be done in 40 days. And that's for a 60-hour certificate in Kundalini. And so what does that give you? If you already have a teacher training certification in any style of yoga, that 60 hours is like a specialization in Kundalini. It's all you need to then add that to what you're teaching, or add aspects of it. You might want to simply keep the practice for yourself because of how it makes you feel, and then share different meditations, or share different breathing techniques, or different aspects of the process practice with your students. So if you already have a 200-hour certificate, this 60 hours is like your specialization. Now you can also teach Kundalini in addition to whatever else you're teaching. If you're just starting out and you're simply curious, you like the way this makes you feel, or maybe you don't like it in the moment, but when you're done the practice, you're like, why do I avoid this? Why? If that's you and you're curious and you want to learn more, this is a great way to engage in the practice and be able to create things for yourself. And who knows, you might then use this to add to and earn your 200-hour certificate. It may or may not be of interest to you right now, but we are in this unique point in time where, since COVID, we've been able to do our entire training online. So it is kind of a golden opportunity that isn't going to be around for much longer. If you do want to earn your certificate, you've got a few months left to do the full certificate, the full 200 hours, and you could start right now with the 60-hour. So there's also a special being offered just until the end of tomorrow. So I think Raquel's popped in the link for some of you to have a look if you are interested in the training, the foundations of Kundalini Awakening Yoga. You'll see on the link that there is a special offering until end of day tomorrow. And if other questions come up, I'm here for you on this call or after, whenever questions arise. So yeah. Are we good, Raquel? Is there anything you can think of I should have?
One more time, because I don't know, with Zoom, it looks like in the chat it disappears after a while. So I popped it in one more time so everyone can see, and it's glorialatham.com/foundations.
Super. Thank you. Yeah. And if you didn't catch the link and you want to learn more, please reach out at any time. There's a lot of support for you in the program, but what's really nice is it is self-led. So you have lots of freedom and flexibility in your schedule. I know it's one of the things that I struggle with the most is being overscheduled and trying to fit one more thing in. This could not be easier to fit into your day if you're already spending part of your day doing yoga. And if you're not, it's a really good time to spend a little part of your day connecting with yourself and starting to see that incredible transformation that's possible for you. And as Raquel's noted here that you do have lifetime access. There is I think it's a 12-month payment plan, and the certification is internationally recognized through Yoga Alliance. So check out the link. All the details are there, and of course I'm on standby, and Raquel is as well. We're more than happy to chat with you anytime. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Raquel, and hope to see some of you in the Chakra Challenge. There's three free classes coming up next week. So if you check out any of my social media or watch for your emails, you'll also see an invitation to the Chakra Challenge. Thank you, Satnam. Thank you for practicing with us today.